What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Party Chat. I'm Matt, that's Dan, that's Ash.
You had to decide which one to go first.
I know. I didn't want to give preferential treatment to either of you.
I almost wondered if
Dan.
you'd forgotten who we were for a second.
No, I knew exactly who you were.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
Once.
Okay.
Once out of like over 100 things of filming, and it's happened once. Anyway, I'm not even going to ask how you both are now.
Okay.
Fuck you both.
Okay.
Party Chat is a weekly show that the three of us do where we get together for about 10-15 minutes and discuss a particular topic that is video game related. It can basically be anything that a question is brought to the table, either by us or by one of our community members. This week, though, we're kind of going a bit more topical. There was some news that came from EA this week in an interview with IGN where they were talking about open world games. EA basically said that they feel that they don't have this gigantic action open world game, and it's something that they're looking to kind of create in the near future, kind of to be in line with, like, you know, you look at Ubisoft, they have them, and Warner Brothers, you know, basically all the other big studios kind of Rockstar do them, or Take-Two is the publisher for them. But yeah, so they want to make one, so I thought this would be a good time to talk about what some of our favourite open world games are, and kind of what of the elements in those games that make them our favourite, and what maybe EA need to learn from us in order to make a good game.
Definitely.
Because, you know, I mean, our knowledge is so much more than, say, you know, the new studio head they've got, you know, Jade Raymond. She only made the original Assassin's Creed games. Whereas we have over 50 subscribers on YouTube and have been talking about video games for a year and a half, so
We definitely know what we're doing.
yeah. So who wants to jump in first about some of their favourite open worlds? Ash?
Yeah, you know, going back a few years, I think, you know, even going back to like GTA 4, you know, enjoy the old GTA games, GTA 5 as well. I would say more recently as well, Mad Max, really enjoyed Mad Max, open world on the sort of plains, exploring different things. So yeah, another open world game that just loving.
Anything in particular that draws you to Mad Max? Because I'm quite intrigued about Mad Max, because Dan and I haven't played it.
Yeah, I think it's nice that the campaign, the story, really lets you explore a lot of the different parts of the map. The map's not massive, but again, it's a bit like Far Cry, another open world that I love. It's a bit like that in that you've got your enemies that are sort of set up in camps in different areas. It's very similar to Far Cry in that you've got your towers you need to bring down. You've got your camps where they're heavily guarded.
Yeah.
You know, it's got so many similarities to Far Cry, and I think that's why I loved the Mad Max game. And the campaign sends you to these different points in the map, different locations. The scenery is just breathtaking. You know, it's done so well. The vehicles are amazing. You can modify your vehicles so that you keep improving the sort of guns and everything you've got attached to the car. It's really good. Yeah, I mean, all in all, it's just a good game.
So the key things I'm picking up for there is exploration. It's a big point. Like, you know, because I find, like, in GTA, it's not a criticism, but unless you just don't do the missions, the story never really leads you to explore.
Yeah.
It's not like it hasn't got like these watchtowers set up all over which kind of forces you to explore the world. GTA, you could very easily play and still have no idea really how the map is laid out. But in these games, when you're forced to explore...
Yeah.
Not that we're saying GTA is bad by any stretch of the imagination, but...
Well, I think, I mean, the good thing is with Mad Max, you start off at the sort of, you know, southern end of the map. You can see on the map that you've got, you know, the big sort of headquarters, if you like, of the villain up in the top right, and you know that at some point you're going to make your way there. And all the map is sort of locked out, and you've got to unlock these little areas that are governed by different rulers, if you like.
Yeah.
And slowly sort of secure that area and lock it down, if you like, and make it secure, get rid of all of the enemies in there, and turn it effectively from map, from red to like sort of amber to yellow to green, and eventually it's free of threat.
Yeah.
And reduce your threat level in that area. So you slowly sort of move up
taking
through the
control
map.
of everything. Basically.
Exactly. And that is really what kind of kept me in the game, and I loved the game because of that. You've got your collectibles as you work through, but again, you don't feel like it's thrown on you and it's essential.
It's not a feather chore of Assassin's Creed.
No, it's not quite that bad. And of course, I think as well with an open world, I think you need good vehicles, good modes of transport. When it's quite a big map, I think it's essential you have some form of fast travel that you can use if you want to. But all in all, I mean, if you look at Red Dead, Red Dead was another good game set in an open world.
Yeah. All good points. I mean, like, Dan, moving over to you.
Yeah.
On what you kind of thought. I mean, Ash just touched down on the vehicles. Do you feel things like Assassin's Creed, I mean, hinder from the fact that you don't have a fast way to... I mean, obviously, he can run across rooftops and stuff. But do you ever feel that sometimes the maps are too large and you end up using almost too much fast travel because you can never get places quickly? Or
I'd say at times yes, because like Unity was a big one for that, because there was a lot of like, oh, it's over there, fast travel. It's actually faster for me to go that way to the fast travel and then jump to there than it is for me just to run. Kind of like I'd end up doing that a lot. I'd actually look at the map and go, right, what do I want to do that's close to a fast travel point so I don't have to run for ages.
Yeah.
But I think that for Unity, that was just because Paris was so packed.
Yeah, see...
In terms of what was there.
Yeah.
Whereas you could look at like Brotherhood and so on in Rome. Even though you had the horse, so you could travel a bit faster on that. I found running places wasn't as big a chore in that one.
Yeah.
You could get most places, but that's because the map was smaller.
It's a smaller map, so... Yeah, see, that's the thing. Whenever I mean, you obviously played a lot more Assassin's Creed than I have, but I always felt that when I got an Assassin's Creed game, the first thing I would do... Black Flag's a bit different, different kind of kettle of fish, as it were, but I would spend the first 5 hours of the game unlocking as many of the synchronization points. One, so I could actually see the map, and two, so I could travel around the map.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be running everywhere.
Yeah, that's what
And then it became, because I was doing that, it felt like a bit of a chore. Because you have to do it to kind of just keep the pace of the game going. Whereas you could do that obviously in like Far Cry and stuff to unlock the fast travels.
Yeah.
But then you've also got like the wingsuit or the fact that you can drive.
Yeah. There were quick ways of being able to...
Quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm actually looking forward
horse.
to Syndicate now, because you're going to get like the zipline function, which means you can travel even faster, and you can just literally, rather than having to go across and around on roofs, you can just go straight.
Don't forget that horse and carriage as well.
Oh yeah, for all the ground travel that you're encouraged to do.
Well, at least it's an option there now.
That's just it. Like, I think that's an improvement. Like being able to, because exploration in these games is a big and important thing.
Yeah.
Being able to get there in a convenient way is
it
important.
It's I think it's underrated.
I think that's why in The Witcher, I think I struggled.
Because it was just a horse, and it was a lot.
Yeah, that's another thing. It encourages you to initially go to these places, like to unlock these fast travel things, and so on. So you'll go there once you've unlocked the signpost. You can fast travel, and so on. And then it doesn't feel like it's such a big journey, because once you've got to there and you're on your horse going out to somewhere like that's 500 paces or whatever, isn't actually that big of a deal. It actually happens quite quickly once you've unlocked these places to get yourself close to.
Yeah.
But like looking at it and going, 4,000, no, I'm not doing that. Thing is very different. But with that game, I didn't mind those initial travels because of how the game looks.
Yeah, it does look
it looks beautiful. And the good thing is, when you're travelling, I mean, there's actually... You always come across so many different things to either collect or do. That world is very densely populated, which again is fine, and I think that's why maybe Mad Max, I haven't played it, but the vehicles are so important, because you're not coming across as much interesting stuff, because it is just a plain, it's a desert.
It's a wasteland. I mean, there's you've either got like an area of stuff, or it's just road.
It's like when you look at, like, because we're talking about like fast travel and horse travel and everything like that, I think that's where Red Dead did fall down slightly, because the world was great. The interactions when you came across people were really good, like just little, like tiny little colloquialisms or whatever, for like what people would have acted like. Those were great, but there was a lot of like mash the X button to get your horse to go somewhere. Where there wasn't a lot happening.
I think that's a sign of the times as well, though.
Yeah,
Obviously, Red Dead's
yeah.
quite old, and we look at how many open world games we used to get
compared to
what we're getting now.
Yeah.
Like everything is becoming open world. Like we had Metal Gear that was open world this time, which was the first time it's ever been. And you know, Mirror's Edge next year is EA's first venture into open world, and just other games that are just doing it now. And
Like, it's the one thing though with like the Assassin's Creed games that I wish could be done better going forwards. It's just the general interaction of the NPCs, because you just have a lot of people standing around, not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Because like I love the historical aspect of that, being able to go back in time and seeing these worlds and how people would have looked and everything like that. But they're not interacting with that world.
they're just standing there being
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah, just to be either in your way or in the way of someone else.
Yeah.
That's what I like
It's like,
about
that's why
yeah.
it's like if every. I know it would take a hell of a lot of processing power, which I can understand why they're not doing it. But if every single NPC was doing their own thing, kind of like what you see in GTA. People
Yeah, that's
are
exactly
walking
what I was
around
just going to
doing-
say.
they're
That's
just-
what I like about GTA.
They
You just see stuff.
They are being.
And I used to see something like you know walking down the street on a seat, and you used to see like people like fighting each other or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like these random events. I mean,
It
Well-
doesn't feel like a chore when you're walking or running through streets in GTA. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
there's always so much going on, and conversation as you walk past people and stuff. You know.
Yeah,
so-
like in GTA, have you ever just been like walking around and then suddenly just turned because someone's been on the phone and you're just like, I'm going to hear the rest of this one half of the conversation.
yeah.
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 Like things like that. It's-
Yeah.
that's why to me GTA is still the king of open world.
I think it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good open worlds. Metal Gear. I found at the moment Metal Gear was a little bit of a chore for me
Yeah.
with the horse again.
Mm.
But there are vehicles in there, and I think Metal Gear is one of those games where maybe you have to grind to get the better equipment before it becomes
Fun.
Really enjoyable.
like
well,
not
yeah.
Not-
fun's
not
the
fun,
word,
sorry.
but
More accessible.
yeah, accessible. And Far Cry has done really good. The last couple of Far Cry games have been really good. I have enjoyed those a lot.
Yeah.
But GTA, I know I read to the article to you guys before, and they said that they weren't necessarily going to try and make a GTA, but it's like everyone wants to make a GTA.
I think anyone who's not, everyone wants to be GTA, don't they? I
it's
think
just-
it's
I mean, they're in a luxury that they can take as long as they want. They can spend as much money as they want,
yeah.
and it doesn't matter to them. They've got this luxury.
I'll tell you what I do love is that, just very quickly, I know we're nearly out of time, but with the additional content we get as well, you know, with GTA, it's just online, it's just they're constantly giving you more and more and more
For free.
It's all free.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all free, and I think that is one thing they do right, and I think that's what keeps them at the top.
And I think with like the latest GTA, what's actually helping with like the exploration and so on, because you say it doesn't really make you do that in the game.
No.
But when you're just with your friends and you're just going places, you're just randomly doing stuff,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
suddenly will just end up somewhere where you wouldn't actually go in the single player mode, and you suddenly see something for the first time. It's like, I've never noticed that in the game before.
Yeah. Well, I played
And then you're aware of it, and that's what I like about it.
I played GTA on the PS3 for however many hours we all did. I think it was like
Yeah.
16 plus hours. That's not the online.
Yeah.
And then I had to play through. Well, I played through the PS4 for a review and spent like another 60 hours. And there was still times where you're always exploring new things for the first time.
Yeah, I did the
And
same,
it's just-
and I feel like I'd still go back and play the whole thing again now.
It's so good, and that is how you make the perfect. I mean, without ripping it off, that is basically the best open world game, because the good thing about an open world game, or a good open world game, is that you believe that world is real.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these things have bits which kind of take you out. You know, the fact that you said Assassin's Creed, the NPCs don't do anything. That
Yeah.
stops the world from feeling real. And Far Cry does a pretty good job. I mean, it's far-fetched in some of its things, but it does a pretty good job. I can't think of any massive criticism of it off the top of my head.
No.
But yeah, GTA is just... That's where they need to be.
Different level.
But not everyone has $500 million to spend on their games.
And the resources, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so there we go, EA. Just copy GTA. Simple.
Simple.
Love how we had a 15-minute conversation just to come to that.
Yeah, we could have just said at the top of the show like one line and then done.
Yeah.
No. There we go. So that's just a few of our thoughts on open worlds and some of our favourite games there. I should give a quick shout out to Watch Dogs as well. That was a good start. I look forward to more of that.
Yeah.
Kind of becoming a series. But let us know in the comments below what some of your favourite open world games are and why so. What kind of things do you maybe want to see in the future that would kind of help? That's a conversation for another day for us maybe, but what would kind of move our open world games now to the next level? Let us know below. But for now, Dan, Ash,
Cheers, guys.
thank you.
Cheers, guys.
And everyone out there, thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time.